Raised from humble beginnings, his father, a custodian at Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and his mother, a nurse, Rodney Atkins graduated valedictorian from Miami-Jackson Senior. With degrees in electrical engineering from Georgia Tech and a bachelor's with an emphasis in physics from Rollins College, he was a leading innovator during his 30 years working at IBM. As their first African-American corporate officer, his significant contributions included helping to develop the PC industry and launching the IBM ThinkPad. Now a consultant, he is Avnet's chairman of the board and also serves as a director on multiple boards, including UPS, PayPal, and the Adrian Arsh Center Trust.
So Mrs. Johnson turns out to be one of my favorite, I would say, mentors along the way. And I would say because she was also instrumental in me meeting my lifelong partner, Michelle. And she helped us think through life after Miami-Jackson.
An award-winning James Beard Foundation chef, Michelle Mishy Bernstein graduated from North Miami Senior and is a fixture in the culinary world, both in restaurant kitchens and the media. She currently hosts 2 television shows, Check Please on South Florida PBS, and the Emmy Award-winning SoFlo Taste on Channel 10. Along with her husband and business partner, Bernstein opened Cafe La Trova on Calle Ocho in 2019, instantly landing it on the most coveted Best New Restaurant and Bar lists of GQ and Esquire magazines. Bernstein also devotes time to causes like Common Threads, a national program she brought to South Florida for underprivileged children to learn about cooking and eating healthy.
Probably the best experience for me personally, because of what I became in my future, was my teacher in cooking and sewing. I failed the sewing part, but in the cooking part, I excelled, and I wrote my first cookbook in high school, and I still have it today.
Dr. Murthy's commitment to health began when he watched his parents treat patients like family. After graduating valedictorian from Miami Palmetto Senior, Dr. Murthy received his bachelor's degree from Harvard and his MD and MBA degrees from Yale. In his first term as the 19th Surgeon General of the United States of America, Dr. Murthy tackled our most urgent public health issues, recognizing addiction as a chronic illness and not as a moral failing, as well as bringing focus to the profound effects that chronic stress and isolation have on our health, productivity, and happiness. In addition to his current role as America's doctor, he co-founded Doctors for America, a nonprofit dedicated to creating a high-quality, affordable healthcare system for all. A graduate of South Dade Senior, George Christian Pedersen is the son of a Danish immigrant who farmed vegetables and instilled the values of hard work and determination in George. He credits his parents for his success, receiving his bachelor's and master's degrees in chemical engineering at MIT. With no clients, factory, or any money, he founded Kimry Incorporated in 1974, with only an idea for a solution to air pollution control. He has established Kimry Incorporated as a global leader, having a product presence in countries worldwide. During the pandemic, his entrepreneurial spirit and ability to evaluate risk led him to develop the Pure Performance Mask, continuing his commitment to protecting our environment and creating a better world for future generations.
I've always been attracted to Miami. My first opportunity, I came back to my roots. I was not that good a student, particularly in high school. I had a connection to my teacher for mathematics, so he was very instrumental, and he encouraged me to go and apply to MIT.
Armando Christian Perez, known professionally by his stage name Pitbull, is an American rapper and singer. A graduate of Miami Coral Park Senior, Perez began his career in the early 2000s recording reggaeton. Inspired by the sounds of Celia Cruz and Willie Chirino, he released his debut album, M-I-A-M-I, in 2004. He has won 35 Billboard Latin Music Awards. A first-generation American, his family encouraged him to take advantage of the privilege of living in the U.S. Determined to help the Latino community in his hometown, in the last decade, Pitbull's social impact has focused on closing the poverty gap through educational initiatives. Dedicated change agent, digital media executive, and veteran journalist all describe Maribel Perez Wadesworth. A graduate of Coral Gables Senior and the University of Miami, she spent 15 years at community newspapers, from reporter to managing editor, then joining Gannett Media in 2009. Named Gannett's first ever chief strategy officer, she implemented their subscription model, local editions, and a digital relaunch of USA Today, where Wadesworth is also the publisher. The 2019 News Leader Association, winner of the Robert G. Magruder Award for Leadership Diversity. She has not only championed diversity in hiring and promotion, but built a business case making Gannett an industry-leading model.
One of the things that I most loved about ultimately ending up at Coral Gables High School, I ended up there in a magnet program, the first class of the International Baccalaureate program. And it took me out of my neighborhood. It took me out of what I really knew and sort of my comfort zone. And growing up, most of the people I knew were either Cuban or Cuban American. And all of a sudden, I'm in a much more demographically diverse high school and getting to know so many different people. And all of that, I think, had an enormous impact on who I am today.
A world-renowned bone marrow transplant physician and biomedical researcher, Dr. Robert Saxton emigrated from Cuba to Miami, where he graduated from Southwest Miami Senior. He earned degrees from Harvard College and Medical School, receiving the James Tolbert Shipley Prize for Outstanding Research. Dr. Saxton has committed his life to caring for the individual patient and unlocking the secrets behind disease to offer a cure. He's widely recognized for developing a platform technology, GPS, that steers the trafficking of intravenously administered cells directly to tissue injury or cancer sites. He now serves as Senior Vice President for Global Medical Affairs and Professor of Translational Medicine at Florida International University.
My grandmother was dying of high blood pressure. Dr. Epstein allowed me to come into the laboratory, sponsored by the Dade County Public School System. And the story sounds apocryphal, but yes, we found a very powerful way to treat hypertension in that laboratory. And I saw my dream come true. My grandmother went on that drug, and she lived to be 94 years old.
Congratulations to the Alumni Hall of Fame class of 2022.